everyone, my name is Northy, and I need to start off this video with an apology. It's not your regular YouTube apology where I've got my dog with me, although I can bring my dog in a future video if you'd like me to. I love my dog so much, but I'm gonna get this out of the way from the get-go. I know there was no round 22 preview. I was simply lazy. There's no real other way of putting it. I was just lazy. I didn't get around to it. I have had a lot on my plate, but it doesn't excuse me for not putting it out there, so I apologize for that. So today's video is going to be a bit of both. It's going to be a preview where we look at what I had and then turn it into that review. I guess an overview, if that makes sense. So we're going to be looking at everything from round 22, and you'll see where things went right, where things went wrong, and as a bit of a heads up, everything went wrong. So you guys will get to see your names hopefully up there. It'll be a change of pace. I'm not worried about myself as much as I am about you guys, because I've seen a few in the Discord chatting, so definitely be sure to check out the Discord if you haven't already. But nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning into this one. Hope you've been liking everything coming out. But yeah, the usual, leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy everything you see here today, and let's get ourselves into some round 22 Teamcoach preview / review. And here we go, we are at the homepage for this round, and yeah, again, apologies I didn't get around to this on the Friday night. That was the plan. I just got tired. I got lazy. That's really how it went. But I'll go through everything as they come, and basically just like a normal review. And we'll obviously go through the changes that I made from the previous week, if you can remember them. That's why I try and do 2 videos of this stuff, so that, you know, it's not too hard to remember what we had. But yeah, for this one, we'll just have to go on the fly. Looking at the tips, who did we tip and how did we go? Let's have a look at round 22. 3 out of 9. Man, that is way below average, but at the same time, wow. Wow, did we get unlucky with some of them. So the ones we got right ended up being the Sydney versus Collingwood. That one just was correct. We were this close from being a 2 out of 9. Got the Port over Melbourne game just, and the only set game was Sydney, oh sorry, not Sydney, St Kilda beating Richmond by a good 48, it looks like there. But the others, North losing to West Coast with 18 seconds left. Man, that hurt. Essendon losing after the siren. Man, it didn't hurt as much, but at the same time, how the hell do you lose to the Gold Coast Suns away from Gold Coast? I don't know how that happened. Interesting stuff. Freo losing to Geelong. Geelong actually looking really top form now. They had a bit of a scare, but now they're back on track. We had Carlton versus Hawthorn, and my God, was this exposure. Absolutely, Hawthorn are surprisingly much better off than Carlton are right now, so scary stuff for them. Brisbane losing to the Giants on their home deck. Giants are showing some really sneaky strong form. Not many people expect the Giants to be beating teams like this after some of the games they'll have, but nonetheless, they've beaten a really red-hot Hawks team. That was massive for them, so yeah, it's just crazy to see how strong the Giants have been while being under the radar, and then the Dogs just having another one of their what the hell type of performances. 40-point loss to Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. They're notorious, I guess, a bit this year for not performing as well at Adelaide Oval, but at the same time, this is a game they should have gobbled up, should have taken advantage of, and they haven't. It's just classic Dogs, it really is, but 3 out of 9 is what we got. Below average, and our average is 5 or 6 out of 9, so a few of these change here and there, this North game goes my way, the Essendon tip goes right, then yeah, 5, and we're pretty much bang average. Sometimes it really is down to that, but gone are the days of perfect rounds like we did with the bye rounds. None of that anymore. 3 out of 9, not good. Let's go over to the star powers now, and the star powers, I did a little interesting thing here. I did not change up a single thing. I just went into the week and said, you know what? Screw it. We're going to do it. We're just going to go live, see what we do. Zorko 86. That is well below what I've been getting from him as of late. Max Gorn got 118. Of course, the week that I say, you know what? We're going to stick it out. We're going to absolutely go in with this team. It just ruins me. It ruins me for the week. Nick Martin, 127. That's amazing. I mean, that's a good shout. But Horn Francis is 141. He wasn't even best for the week. How have you done that? I don't know. It is what it is. Martin's 127 is still pretty good. Whitfield, on the other hand, 71. It's not a bad game, but you see, 25 disposals. It's just below average, but it's way below on the points. Mainly because the kicks are way off. You can see he's dropped some points there and kept the average handballs, and then just not much else from there. 2 marks, 2 1%ers, and probably a few turnovers have kept him at 71 in terms of holding the balls, freeze against. Yeah, that type of stuff has probably ruined him this week. Daniel Rioli was surprisingly the big winner this week. Richmond finally winning something, even though they didn't win the game. And then Dan Houston having his occasional really good performance in 115 there. We got Adam Treloar 85. We got really unlucky this week, boys. You can see a lot of 100s. Merritt drops 134. Of course he does. Rao 120. Sarong 103. We saw ourselves at Butters 108. Sinclair, another great game. Warner's back on track. Good to see that for Sydney fans. But of course, the Treloar pick hurts me, and same with the Dunkley pick, because 92 is not going to work for the mighty. Jordan Dawson's 126, she's a 123, Bont 126. Those were really the three you needed if you wanted a prize card this week. So, hey, what can you do? What can you do? I think a lot of people could have picked Bont, a lot of people could have picked Shees, and Dawson maybe not as much, but yeah, Shees and Bont, I could imagine a few picked him up. So overall, that's all us get. Rank 214 or 461. Not great by any means. That was a really, really poor week. I think there's someone in here who did really well. I think it's Tigers, this dude here, who's in my Discord and said something about it. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I saw something about that. So good on you, if that is the person I'm thinking of. Yeah, this is just, it's been an awful week for star powers, and I'll show you what I mean. We go to the Ultra, and like I said, we didn't make any changes. So this one hurt just as much. We had Goulden with 69 points, man. That is shocking. See, Sicily and Rosie were the good ones. Dacos even had a bad game. There was no getting around it this week. I could not get a good mighty player for the life of me. I was set up this week. I truly was. Treloar down there was some of the worst, with Chad Warner up there with 114. Awesome. And we had Lockie Whitfield with 71. Blakey beat him. All my double points did poorly, man. And then we've seen Martin and Zorko, who I think did better than every single double points. I think maybe not Zorko. Actually, Zorko was one better. Yeah, all my double points did worse than my silvers. That is not how you win. Not at all. That was a really, really poor round for sure. Yeah, no changes made has really bit me. For only 663, that is an awful round from me. Considering all the cards I have, that's a really, really bad one. I really can't deal with that. That's something we got to improve, for sure. Oh, man. Rank 10 still for the season, so in the top 10 at least still. Even after missing a week, it is what it is. You just got to move on. You really do. Just not my week for star powers is really all I can say. But unfortunately, it gets worse. And I'll show you what I mean. You know that we are absolutely fighting for our top 4 number 1 position. And look who ruined it. We have a look. Lockie Whitfield had himself the 71, which is not good. If someone who was close to us had Luke Ryan, there goes our week. Man, what a really, really stressful pick there. Zach Butters with 108 is not bad, but you see some at the top. Merritt did well. Martin did well. The Bont did good. Rosie did good as well. His teammate, yeah. I picked the wrong port player. And God knows I was not picking him. I was not picking Lord Francis. The only good pick was Sherry. My God, Sherry. I do not know what has possessed this man. 168 points. He has had an incredible stretch. He's 3 weeks in a row at 150 plus. This man is, like, you cannot not pick him. He is unreal right now. So thank God for Tristan. But the only bad thing was Kerno. This was the worst pick I've ever had this year by a long shot. The worst forward performer of the week. 2 disposals. I think he went out at some point. I'm not sure, but by halftime, this was his match. This was his lineup: 2 disposals, 2 marks, and a goal for 13 points. Man, and we had Heaney the other week. I thought Heaney wouldn't have a good game as he did. I hate this. I hate this with a passion. I can't believe what I've seen. Heaney has come back and has absolutely ruined me this week. We dropped 100 points there. That hurts. Really, really hurts. But thank God we still got our rank 1. We only got 360 points this week. An awful week. An awful, awful week. I have to hope and pray that the ones below me didn't, like, jump up by 100 points on me, because there's a good chance they could have. Especially if they had kept with Heaney. If they had gotten someone other than Sherry, then I guess I beat them a little bit there. But this pick, this Kerno pick, one of my worst picks of the year. I'm not even sure why I picked him. I just wanted change, and that's what I got for it. After a week where Heaney has done so poorly, and so have just all of Sydney. Heaney does that. Oh my God, that frustrates the hell out of me. We got to find a way to get something going next week. We got to get ourselves at least top 50, or at least get over 400, 450 even. If we can get 450, happy days. Realistically, I'm not happy unless we see something over 450 next week, because then I feel a bit safer. And we've got 2 rounds left, man. We cannot afford this. We really can't afford this. This really hurt us this week. We're going to go to top 18 to finish off the video, and there's some good and some bad. Obviously, Heaney, keeping him in here, was a great pick. We had Grind in there as well, and then a Jeremy Cameron, not a great pick, but definitely not the worst. What the hell is up with me getting rid of players as soon as they pop off? Ginnivan finally comes back with 92 points. I do not understand how unlucky I can be this season, because I guarantee you, if I pick Cozzy Pickett next week, he's dropping 50. He's dropping 50. I know it's going to happen. I just have this awful feeling. 4 goals, 4 marks, 20 possessions with 18 kicks is an amazing outlook for him. Heaney was obviously the safest pick for anyone, but man, that hurts me in the gut. Really, really does. Danaher with a poor week with 36. How? How have I done that? Toby Green, he had himself 27. 27 from your captain. And then we talked about Kerno. This forward was awful this week. I do not know how else to explain it. Just an awful week for my forwards. We look at a midfield. Good to have Merritt, and Butters did well too. But when your next best is 92, like, you're just thinking, how am I getting this unlucky? How am I getting this unlucky? Some of the best players in the league. Treloar have one of his career best years. Dunkley as good as he can be. Butters having the year he's having. Golden having an amazing year on the best team. Merritt having himself a potential All-Australian year. And this is what I got. The only one who performed was Merritt. And Butters, you could argue. But everyone else, not great. I don't know how to, like, actually predict this. This is getting ridiculously out of hand. Frustrating me beyond belief. I do not know how to explain it. And you look at this, like, the most that I'm getting, these are the averages. Like, top 4 are the averages. Dunkley, Treloar, and Goulden all under 100 this week. How do I get this unlucky? It is unreal. Thankfully, backline not as bad. Luke Ryan finally had a bounce back week. I think he had a good one last week too, but this one topped the week. Sheasel good, Newman good, and Sinclair good. However, Sheasel looks to be out for a couple of weeks for the rest of the season even, so there will need to be a change. Stewart down, Dacos down, Whitfield down. Look, because Whitfield has been so good for so long, I can trust him to go at it again and try again next week. Dacos every single time, man. Every single time with this guy. And Stewart with the rare poor week, I think. Even though they did come away, I'm pretty sure they came away. Yeah, they beat Fremantle. 7 marks in 19 disposals. Really isn't too bad. I think he was very effective for the amount that he had of the ball. It's just more the fact that there were just better performers. Houston, I keep sleeping on him, but I know the minute I pick him, he's going to have a below average week. I'm just waiting for it. In this top 18 squad, it got me rank 106 or 1605. Thankfully for me, like, this game mode seems to be one of the easier ones. However, I still keep finding ways to mess it up. It just happens all the time with me. I keep finding ways, but hopefully next week we can improve this a little better. I'd love to see a top 10 prize card before the end of the season, because I think this one, no, it's not this one. It's Star Powers, where I need the Jai Simpkin. I'm having a look here, and this is the one for the Jai Simpkin. No, it's top team, so I really need to win one of top team. Most likely top 18 next week. I've got to do it. I've just got to have a good top team week within the next fortnight, or I miss out on my Jai. I really thought I wouldn't have this problem, but here I am. But that is it for this week of the round 22 team coach review. Just a tough one. Just a very, very tough one. Hopefully you guys had more success than I did. Let me know in the comments, as per usual, how you guys did this week. So it'd be very much appreciated to see and hear all the success stories this week compared to my awful week where I didn't even have a single game mode in the top 100. It happens. I just hate it when it happens within the last month of the season, and when we're trying to hold off a number 1 position, this is not good. This is not good at all. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys are keen on more to come out. Hopefully you guys have had some success, unlike myself this week. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe as well. Everything always very much appreciated. Thank you once again for tuning into the video here today, and I hope to see you all for another one very, very soon. Goodbye.